are designed, but some simply go viral. So, what makes the difference, right? Why do certain places go very popular, or it goes into global imagination overnight, but the others struggle even when we have everything on paper? And that's exactly what we'll be discussing in the upcoming fireside chat titled Why Some Places Go Viral and Others Do Not. Well, please welcome our moderator, Ms. Anandita Ghosh, the editor of Outlook Traveler, one of India's most respected voices in travel storytelling. And to this conversation, she brings a sharp editorial eye and a deep belief in travel as storytelling, connection, and discovery. We welcome you, ma'am. And joining her on the stage are two individuals. I think they are the best for this fireside chat session because they are globally recognized travel storytellers and who have traveled more than 100 countries. They've explored a lot. And today they are here to join us, the creators of Brewist Passports. Please put your hands together as we invite Ms. Save Munjal and Mr. Vidit Taneja joining us on the stage. Welcome both of you. And we really look forward to this fireside discussion. Over to both of you.
So hi, Savi and Vid, Bruce Passports, as people know you. I think you all have the most interesting job ever, and you all have been traveling from college, right?
I think it's been almost 15 years now.
Okay.
So is it okay, the mic? Yeah?
And you all left your corporate jobs also to, continue
Yes.
this. So how did you take that leap?
So we've known each other since we were in school. And during college days, when we didn't have much money, we would save all our pocket money and we would do side hustles and stuff to take an occasional trip every once in a while. And then, of course, both of us started working, we started saving, and we were saving with a plan in mind. We wanted to quit our jobs and make travel financially sustainable for us. So it took us a good, I think, 10 years, I feel like, to work on that plan. But once it was, we made our website, and once it was not sustainable, but we could see that we could do something with that, we gradually left our jobs. And it's been a lot of work, but it's been a joyride. Like, I wouldn't complain ever. It's the best job in the world.
I can totally imagine.
The biggest challenge, if I may just add, was not the financial stuff, but the stuff we got to hear from our parents and extended family that are you stupid? What are you doing? You're foolish. So I think that was a big hurdle to cross. But now, as we all know, it's a pretty mainstream profession.
Absolutely.
And it's good and going in right directions now.
So what was that destination that made you want to become travel bloggers?
I think it was different for both of us. For me, it was Paris. I love Paris, but whenever we would go there for a day or 2 or 3 days sometimes, because we used to live in London for a short time, I would always think there has to be more to this city than the Eiffel Tower. And I want to stay here for a month, but that's not possible with jobs. And for Vidit, I think it was Iceland, because he loves places like Ladakh, Iceland, New Zealand. So it was those two places that made us fall in love with the idea of staying for longer in one place. And yeah.
And how many countries have you traveled till now?
115 now, but who's counting?
Yeah.
Just
So-
like age, it's just a number.
True. So I guess you all are the best qualified to answer this question, like what makes a destination truly go viral? Because you must have been to so many places. So do you have an answer for that?
I think that given the way social media is today, it's practically running all our lives. There's a variety of reasons that a place can go viral. Usually, it's a very strong visual hook. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a fabulous destination, but sometimes the visual hook is so strong. It could be a quirky cafe or something, a waterfall that might be different from the rest of the waterfalls. So it's the visual hook that makes it go viral. But I strongly feel that something that sustains virality is a place that also offers connection beyond the visual hook.
Can you
So-
give an example of this, what you just stated? Like a visual hook that made a place go viral and something that they did right that made it, sustain their popularity.
I mean, there are plenty of examples, but I think off the top of my head, Doki River in Meghalaya, which is, which is this
Yeah.
spectacle of sorts, totally transparent, and if you go on in certain months, then you can just see the bottom of the riverbed as well. But around that area, the government and the local authorities have also put in steps to kind of curb littering. And even when we went, because we saw that in some places there was a lot of littering, so our reel for Doki River went viral. It was like 150 million views.
Oh my God.
Right? But we knew that with that virality, there can also be a propensity for it to become overcrowded, and people will come and they might not be careful, they might start littering. So we did a reel as well after that one saying that please don't litter, and I think the local authorities in that state are also very, very particular about keeping this message straight that we have a lot of beautiful sites, but please be mindful, don't litter, and I think that's very important, especially when something can go viral. Because, once, and we have so many people in our country, and if all of them go to that spot,
So what did the Meghalaya government do right?
I think, what they also did right was that very close to Doki, there is another place which has a similar kind of visuals. So, the idea is that you can't stop people from going to a beautiful spot, right? But you can disperse the crowds and say that, okay, this is not the only place that is beautiful in our place. And that holds true for Tamil Nadu as well, right? It's not that there is only one spot which will be beautiful. It's just about kind of marketing it in a way that, look, there are many places, so everybody doesn't need to go to just one place. And there are many other potential things that tourism boards can do.
I think that there should be an especially in India, there should be an insistence on cleanliness. And that is something that comes easily in Meghalaya because they are home to the cleanest village in Asia as well. But cleanliness is very important because after it goes viral, after a place goes viral, of course, there will be visual interest and people will come. But what endures that interest is going to be what the place has to offer. Because even now, Instagram virality might be important, but word of mouth is also very important. So let's say a group of friends goes to that place and it's not clean, then they will never recommend it to their friends. So I think cleanliness and little things like clean toilets for women especially and safety of women, these are the things that are very important in the Indian context. Especially, but everywhere. I feel like even governments in Iceland, Faroe Islands, so many places in Scandinavia are so insistent on no littering and stuff like that. So,
Also, would you say that, like the viral hook or the viral reel that, made a particular place popular can be an entry point for an entire state or something like
Yes.
that, right?
Yeah.
And you won't
And it's
believe...
how well the tourism board strategizes
Exactly.
to actually, like sort of gain from that.
See, virality can open the door for you. But a long-term, sustainable plan and meaningful travel is what will make people stay.
Yeah.
So, right? Virality is, we will not say that virality is bad. because virality is very good
Yeah.
to pique someone's interest, to make them curious. Okay, this place exists. This looks beautiful. And just to give you an example from our community, around that reel that we are talking about, then after that, a lot of our community members started messaging us saying that, oh, we didn't know this existed.
Yeah.
What else can we do there, right? So we had written an article about what to do in Meghalaya, right? And we have another one, what to do in Tamil Nadu, for instance, because
Yeah.
we did do one kind of semi-viral spot from here as well, just a decrepit cafe near Kunnur.
Yeah.
So, and it kind of starts the conversation with people. And then they are always curious to find out what else can we do. Then, we write guides saying, okay, you come here, you do this, but also do this, and this. So it's very important to have all the information there, not just one viral hook that, okay,
Yeah.
this is, because that will end up being disappointing in the long run.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think the key thing here is to strike a balance, because virality is great to bring interest to a place, and then you take it from there. So the conversations that will endure need to have meaning. They need to focus on culture. They need to focus on food, community, meaningful things as well. So the visual hook is great to draw people's interest, and then you have a whole kind of framework, as it were, to sustain that interest.
So when one of your reels goes viral, at the back of your mind, is there a little bit of anxiety? Is that, am I spoiling this place? Am I going to now, get it overrun with over tourism and tourists? So is that ever a worry?
Actually, yes, that is a worry for both of us, especially because even before, we've been traveling since before Instagram existed. So ever since Instagram started and we made an account, we've been focusing a lot on not littering places. It's something that I think one of our very first videos that we made was about a waterfall in Kerala and the plastic bottles around it. So littering is something that's very personal for me, and I truly think that with great power comes great responsibility. So every time we see a place or we see something going viral, at least on our page, then we always make follow-up reels. In Meghalaya, we did one as well, saying please don't litter and please contribute to the local economy in some way, shape or form. It could be visiting an orphanage, or it could be working towards the literacy of people who live there, or in any small way. So I think that because influencers are so big in the travel landscape today, they're determining a lot of decisions. With that responsibility, with that power, I feel we also have a lot of responsibility.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So is there any particular place, that you went to that was like very popular or had become viral? Not necessarily because of you all. And and you went, no, a place where you went before it went viral, and then you went after it became viral. So what was
Lots
the
of
before and
them.
after picture like?
Why don't you answer that?
See, for me, that place has to be the I'm being very, very specific here. The rice terraces of Bali.
I say Bali in general.
Bali in
Or-
general as
yeah.
well, but this spot is like your perfect example of how a before and after can look like. And see, at the end of the day, there is no right or wrong. That's the beauty of travel, right? But before virality, we are talking about rice terraces that are beautiful at sunrise, sunset. Of course, there is always a few people, but it's not overcrowded, right? And this is before
I'd say about 10 years ago.
10 years
yeah.
ago, right?
Yeah.
And we used to go there and spend a lot of time working remotely. Then, I don't know if you've seen that swing.
Yeah, we've all seen it.
Seen that swing.
So, and when we went there, after that swing was put in place, so on the swing, you just see one angle and you see this beautiful picture of a mountain at the back, rice terraces, and you're like, wow. But when you go there and you see the long queue for people getting on, and then, there's this guy who's pushing the swing. It's basically like a factory, right? And it has just kind of ruined the essence of those rice terraces, at least for us. And like I said, there's no right or wrong, but that is the perfect example of before and after virality, how things can change. And now every place you go to in Bali, everyone is coming up with some sort of a swing, right? Because they
there
have
are
seen that,
swings
okay,
at
the
every
swing goes
corner.
viral.
Yes.
Let's just put a swing somewhere, you know.
So you all have always spoken about sustainability and, like as you said, you tend to stay longer in a place. And that is also a buzzword for a lot of tourism boards, like they encourage people to stay longer. Even if somebody's coming for a business trip, it's like take two extra days and explore the place. Because if you're spending so much fuel to just get somewhere, you may as well. So, like, what can governments do, to make people stay longer? What are the incentives or what are the other things that people can do to ensure that, their visit leaves a light carbon footprint?
I think that actually, if we were all to strip back everything and think about travel, travel was meant to be a bit for connection. It's not supposed to be all about consumption. It's supposed to be about connection, meeting people. So I think that tourism boards everywhere, actually, all across the world, I'd say. Of course, visual hooks are important. Everybody, all tourism boards have their Instagram channels now, but they should focus on telling stories that add that meaning or that provide the connection that travelers might be looking for. For example, if you talk about the tribes of a particular state or the stories behind the food of a particular state, just meaningful things that make people come back for more, those should also be part of the narrative. So while visual hooks are important, I also feel it should be about connection over consumption purely.
Okay.
Yeah.
But when people choose a destination, they may be tempted by the viral hook or the virality of a place, but what are the other things that they would consider? Like, is it, just Instagrammability, or is it like the whole vibe of a place, or is it like things like safety, accessibility, and stuff like that? So what would be...
See, it goes without saying that over the last 3-4 years, the way social media has evolved, the whole Instagram aesthetic and vibe will always be an important part in everybody who's traveling, because everybody also wants to put it up on their profile as, okay, look, we've been here. Everybody suffers from FOMO. Even we suffer from FOMO, fear of missing out from time to time. So that aspect will always be there. But I think if the tourism boards focus on things like food, see, at the end of the day, travel
Food is a big thing.
food.
Yeah,
All of
food,
us love food.
especially
I
in
always
India.
say, after 15 years of traveling, one thing we have noticed is that landscapes and visuals will start looking repetitive after, say, 50 countries. But people and food,
Absolutely.
those are the things that actually make a destination unique. You can pick any country, they could have the same mountains as the neighboring country, but the people and the food will be different. So, it has
Also,
to...
food is India's greatest asset, I feel. The flavor and the variety that we have, very few countries have that.
So I think if we take a step back and say, okay, fine, we have this visual hook, but travel as an ecosystem is laid on the foundation of food, culture, heritage, landmarks, visual landscapes, let's say. So instead of focusing just on one, if we strengthen all the facets of this ecosystem and have that strong foundation, then people, they will, of course, get tempted by the viral hook. They will come here, but then they'll also realize that everything else is in place as well, and they'll stay for longer. Then they'll go back and, they'll say, okay, there's this spot here, that's beautiful, but that spot is only for half an hour, right? Yeah. After that, what do you do?
Exactly.
So that's where you weave in food, you weave in culture, heritage, and of course, what Savi was talking about, the basic amenity, accessibility. If you go to a lot of places like Iceland or Faroe Islands or even Europe, they focus a lot on accessibility as well, that, it should be accessible to all. And here, I think one good idea to limit the number of people would be to, of course, have a ticketed system, like some spots that are super viral. Only 500 people can go in a day. Right? At some point, we will have to do that if we want to look at it as a long-term vision. Otherwise, it will just crumble.
But are you like what you see from your community and your interactions with your community? Do you think the way Indians are traveling has changed? Are they more interested in exploring all the things that you just spoke about now? Are they more open to being experimental about food, exploring, communities and things like that? Do you see that change?
Yes, I think that till a few years ago, it was all about the package holidays. But as more and more people in our generations and even younger people are choosing remote jobs, they're working from home, they can work from anywhere in the world. As more and more location independent careers are coming up, we see a lot more people wanting to stay for longer in places, and even the ones who take one holiday a year or two holidays a year, they want to do something more experiential instead of just place-based, So it's less about checking things off a list, and it's more about experiencing the place. So things like winery visits or wine tastings are becoming more and more popular in the past few years over, let's say, visiting the Colosseum or seeing the Eiffel Tower. And that's quite encouraging to see.
Yeah, and I guess even, people are willing to interact with indigenous communities.
Yes.
And we all saw the viral hornbill reels also
Yes.
about how people were so enthused by all the new stuff that they
Yeah.
were experiencing. To move away from that, I wanted to ask you, like, as creators, I'm sure you must always be having to keep in mind that you need your views and you need your likes and shares and all of that. So then how do you kind of strike a balance, between, virality, focusing on virality and focusing on all the other things that you all care so deeply about, like sustainability and heritage? And
I
all of
think
that?
our strategy is pretty much what we were recommending for tourism boards as well. We want to be part of a more holistic narrative because for us, travel has never really been about, it's not just about influence or being an influencer or getting more likes and views. Travel is so much deeper for both of us. And that's why we want to, of course, we want to go to the places that have the visual hooks, like you said, but we want those to be part of a larger story on our page and on our website as well. We want to we want to provide so much information because it's not just about the visual hooks. So we're constantly kind of playing with that balance in order to provide that holistic narrative, which makes people fall in love with places, with travel the way we see the world. So yeah, it's
imagine.
that.
But would you travel to a place that has become viral? Or would you
The-
wait till it's not so viral anymore?
See, one thing is for sure that a place became viral for a reason, right? And now there are always stages of that virality. When it becomes viral, it became viral because it had an amazing backstory, historical relevance, or it looks visually stunning, right? But then, of course, after virality, 2 weeks, things look good. 2 months later, overcrowded and gone. And that at some point, it will become a disappointment for someone. So to answer your question, when we see something that is viral, of course, we do have that curiosity. Okay, is it... but then we have that experience that now we kind of deep dive into, okay, what's the backstory? Then we'll see different photos because a lot of time people also edit the photos for it to go viral, right? So a lot of research goes into that. And if we still feel that, yes, this place is worth visiting, then we do go, but we always find out what else can we do when we go to this country or this viral spot, because it's never just about one spot, which brings us back to the whole, holistic view of planning a trip. But yes, the temptation is always there, and we will always sing. But for people who are short on time and they see this beautiful visual on Instagram and they
Please
don't have time.
research well before going.
So can you give an example of some of these destinations?
Like where we have gone.
Where, that became viral, but, you did your research or took your time to visit that place?
Actually, I think the river Doki example that Vidit was talking about earlier is the perfect example for this, because all of us see these transparent waters and it's very tempting to go to Meghalaya to witness that. But what people don't know is that that happens only between November and February. Now, of course, it's a viral spot. People go during, let's say, May, and they don't see those waters, so they're disappointed. So I think that is something I would recommend to everybody. I know we live in a visual world, but please do a deep dive and truly find out where you're going before you go, because otherwise you'll be disappointed.
Can you tell us about a destination that you know is definitely going to get viral, and today's the day you're going to sort of let us in on the secret?
Tamil Nadu.
Okay, and
No, but jokes apart, there are so many spots here that have the possibility of going viral, be it Meghalaya, the river that we are talking about, or Iceland. There are a lot of beautiful spots here which can go viral, and I'm pretty sure they will as well.
so have you all traveled a lot in,
Tamil Nadu, yes.
Yes,
A lot,
we've
growing
traveled
up,
a fair bit, and
yeah.
you have traveled a lot
I've been
your-
to pretty much every corner of Tamil Nadu, because when I was growing up, my dad, pretty much every summer vacation, he would just ferry us down to
he
Tamil
was
Nadu.
posted here?
No. We were in North India,
Okay.
but I think he just loved the
Loved
vibe here.
it. Oh,
So
wonderful.
every 2 years we were here. So we've been to Kodai, we've been to Madurai, Yarkad, Kanyakumari, Nagarkoil, Mamallapuram as well.
It's traveled a lot, but in recent years, we did a very long road trip in Kunur, Ooty, all those places, and we stayed for really long as well, had the best time, the best food as well. So,
And we came across such stunning cafes which are, set in beautiful tea plantations, and not many people knew about it. So we did.
Like which?
I mean, I don't want to share that name here
Yeah, of course.
because it might go viral then. But
no, it's on our page. You can go and see it.
But yeah, that fear is always there. That where do you draw the balance? But then you also don't want some beautiful places to remain hidden. So it's all about striking that balance at the end of the day. And all of us as travelers also have a big stake in these places, in our tourism ecosystem. So we have to be mindful as well. That so
I think
the
just
solution.
be responsible with the information we dole out as content creators. It's very important.
Okay. We just have about 5 minutes. So if any of you all have any questions for our very popular travel influencers.
I see somebody there.
Hi, I'm Kanmani.
Hi.
Congratulations on your travel to 115 countries.
Thank
and
you.
Very pompous and proud about that. Joe, I just have a quick question, because you also said about the food. And, and I'm sure you will always wanted to taste the local food. But I'm doing a little bit of research on ready-to-eat food. So I just wanted to check, because sometimes you'll also crave for the local food, like maybe you miss the sambar or the biryani or even a poha or whatever. Is ready-to-eat food always a part of your paraphernalia, like you carry with you? Or how do you cope up? Or you really miss the food? Because I'm doing a little bit of research and I wanted to get your insights. Thank you.
So I think that both of us really enjoy trying the local cuisine wherever we go. So in our ecosystem, we always have some packaged food in our bags, because sometimes you're stranded with nowhere to go. So that is true. But I do know for a fact from all our experience with people, with travelers, that most travelers always depend on packaged food in case they have some dietary requirements and other such. But if you're asking about the two of us, we honestly just love going to a little hole in the wall eateries and trying the local food.
I think there's a time limit. So if any trip is over 3 weeks long,
Yeah.
then we might take a couple of things, because after 3 weeks you might start missing, that comfort food.
Yes.
But 1 week, 2 week trip, we really like experimenting with local food, because like I said earlier, landscapes can be same, but the food is what really makes the place unique.
Anybody else?
Hello, I am Mangala Vaishnavi. I'm a student of journalism and mass communication from University of Madras. So my question is, there are recent studies that suggest that Indians are traveling more. They are experimenting more with the locations. It is said that more OTT-inspired locations have been explored. So is there any of your favorite OTT-inspired destination? And followed by that, I would also like to know, as travel influencers, you contribute a lot to the traveler economy of the entire world. So how responsibly you create content without misinforming the viewers, and how should the viewers plan their trips in that way?
So to answer your first question, we both of us really love cinema and TV shows. So there have been many times when we've seen a film shot in Tuscany or sometimes in Paris or something, and we feel like, oh, we have to go to that very spot. So you're right. I think that OTT does inspire a lot of us to explore even places that we've been to. It inspires us to explore them differently. And I know that a lot of travelers are doing that right now. And to answer your second question, yes, we take this responsibility very seriously, and we never want to misinform our followers at all, which is why I love words. I have a background in English literature, so I know it's a visual world, but how we do that is we write long captions with all the details that a traveler could possibly need: when to visit, what is the best time to visit, who should go there, who should not go there, etc. And we try to kind of avoid any misinformation as far as we can, at least.
See, because we know that there is this propensity in all of us to see a visual place and just kind of blindly follow that. So we also have a website where we write detailed articles with all the all information that is needed, so that people are informed and they are not disappointed when they get there, because well-informed travelers are happy travelers. So that's how we try to not misinform our community members.
Thank
But
you, sir.
that's
Thank
a
you.
great question. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Very thoughtful of you.
Okay, I think we've run out of time. Thank you so much. It was such a pleasure and
Thank you
listening
so
to all
much,
your
Anand.
anecdotes, and
Sure.
I'm sure everybody has also
Sure.
enjoyed
Thank you.
the
Sure.
session.
Share, share. Sure. Thank you so much to both of you for being so transparent, and thank you for being so genuine, putting all the facts right there in front of all of us. And I think that should have really given all of us, our audience, what to take, what not to take from social media. And thank you, ma'am, for beautifully moderating this session. And now we request you to please felicitate both of them, Savi and With. I request the team to please hand over the memento. Please put your hands together as Anindita will be felicitating Savi and Vid. Well, can I request all three of you to please step forward for a group photograph?
In true social media style, I think we are trying to take a selfie with all of us. I think it would be amazing if we can get it. We'll try. So, okay. Say cheers, everyone. Thank you.
Well, while you do that, we have one more memento. So each one of you receive one, please. Thank you. Thank you so much, both of you, for joining us again. Nanjigal. With that, we conclude this session, and another 10 minutes, we'll be starting off another interesting sessions, and I'm sure you'll be super excited to know who are the two personalities that we're going to witness. So